Question is, are we online? Question is, are we online? Okay, so we are online.
Try to play.
Can you say something, because I think it's echo. Guys, audio works perfect. You can turn it off. Guys.
We are. Thanks for sharing, Eivind.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
Are you? No. Okay. All right. I'm thinking how to get you guys in the middle of that window. Wait. Wait a second. Almost done. Yeah. Hi everyone, do you hear me? Why don't we hear you?
Yeah.
Eivind,
I can hear you.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good. I'm sorry for that little thing. It's zoomed out.
Yeah, technology.
But I hope the picture is fine now. We can see if it's actually fine. Yeah, you guys are here. And where's... Yeah, now we are all here. Hi everyone, my name is Stefan Frolov. Welcome to NordSync Project Online Seminars, edition 7. It's Saturday, 29th of November, 10 o'clock, 05. Apologize for a little delay. I'll just say again very shortly about what we do. NordSync Project stands for Nordic synchronization. We synchronize Nordic cultural powers with focus on interdisciplinary productions. We are interested in everything around music, visual arts, cinematography, and so on. And the point of those online seminars, how we call them, is to invite new, vibrant musicians and artists from all around Europe to talk about their art, about their interdisciplinary productions, and about musicians' life. And I'm very happy to have today with us trio No Treble from Norway, from Trondheim, presented here by Eivind, Rossbach, Heier, and Jostein, Bolås, Brødreskift. Welcome, guys. Very nice to see you again.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and also from Spain, film music composer Miquel De Jorge Artells.
Yeah.
I will get better at pronouncing it towards the end.
Yeah, it's great.
I promise you.
No, it's great.
It's great
Thank
to have
you
you.
for having me here as well.
Thank you for joining us. I thought we would start with the trio No Treble. So guys, mic is yours.
So we will just open up like this.
Mm.
Can you see this?
Yes, it's brilliant.
Yeah, perfect. So we are trio No Treble. I will just shortly explain our band name first. So trio means three, the three of us. No means no, and treble is the high notes in the music, so the opposite of bass. So we have viola, cello, and double bass. So that's why we are called trio No Treble. My name is Eivind Rossbach Heier, and I play the cello. And the first time I met Stefan was almost 20 years ago in Toppenkurset in Norway, in Goshen, I think. So thank you so much for inviting us here today. It's great.
It's great to meet. Long time ago. Shit, yeah.
Yes, it is in 2006 actually. So yeah.
Scary how time runs. Really
Yes.
cool.
So I work as a cellist, freelance musician, and we are based in Trondheim. And I play a bit with the Trondheim Soloists and the Trondheim Symphony Orchestra. And so this week I played with the Symphony Orchestra. We had a concert on Thursday, and later today both of us are playing with the Trondheim Soloists.
Whoa.
So that's great. And but what I do the most is to play with the trio No Treble. What about you, Jostein?
Yeah, my name is Jostein, and I play the double bass. And I have almost the same life as Eivind here, also a freelance musician in Trondheim, playing regularly in the Trondheim Symphony Orchestra and Trondheim Soloists, and wherever I'm needed. But also the main part of my job is trio No Treble. We also have a concert later today, so me and Eivind have two concerts during the day. And so I will just talk a little bit about how we started the trio. So me and Eivind started the trio No Treble together with the viola player Lars Marius Hørlås. And the three of us studied together at NTNU in Trondheim and became really good friends here. During the studies, we played a lot with each other in different settings, in orchestras and stuff like that. And in 2016, we all went abroad to study. Lars in Essen, Germany, and Eivind in Gothenburg, Sweden, and me in Basel, Switzerland. And we three bonded great over this and kept in touch during our stay. And it was during the first year we decided that we wanted to play together. And we didn't think about the instrumentation, but we wanted to play together as friends. And that has been really important to us to have this point of view of it. And because of this unusual instruments and instrumentation, we spent a lot of time arranging music and prepare a repertoire for the first concert. And then we went to Lars' cabin, as you can see pictures from here. And this weekend of practicing ended in our first concert on the 26th of July 2017. And now we will show you a short film from this weekend.
Woo! Fantastic.
So this concert, the concert was held at a popular pub in Trondheim called Antikvariatet, and it was a great success for us, and it was a lot of audience and a really nice response. And the good thing about being forced to arrange your own music, because it's no original written for these three instruments, is that you can pick whatever you like, the music you like the most. I think the audience could see that we really enjoyed playing the music. And the repertoire was all kinds of music. It was classical, pop music, and folk music. And we thought this was really funny, so we decided to continue with this. We wanted to make ourselves quite commercial and start to advertise. So we decided quickly to invest money in a logo, as you can see here. And we got a local graphic design studio to help us make this logo and print the t-shirts, as you can see here, and we use as our concert outfit.
A really cool merch.
We have a lot of merch, like stickers and shopping bags and stuff like that. Yeah.
How did you distribute it?
This.
Can I get one?
Yeah, sure. Have to come to our concert.
That would be great.
Yeah.
So I think maybe this separates us a bit from other chamber music ensembles. There's not so many chamber groups do this, have their own logo and do these merch things and stuff. So we really like to be a bit different and a little bit more commercial about these things.
So for us, one big thing or part of our project is social media. As you said before the meeting, Stefan, you follow on social media, and I think many of our audience knows from social media.
Yep.
So I will just tell a bit about this, because on our journey to make classical music more accessible to everyone, we quickly realized that social media was the way to go. Because about 7 years ago, Norwegian influencers with many followers on Instagram were creating songs that became extremely popular. So we thought, what if we cover some of those songs, and maybe we will get a repost or some attention. So we did that, and things really took off. A Norwegian influencer and TV personality called Mats Hansen had made a hit song called Sommerkroppen. That means the summer body in English. And we made a classical cover of the song, and we posted a short clip, under a minute, on Instagram. We tagged him, and he saw it, he loved it, and he called us, and he invited us to perform with him at something called VG-lista in Oslo. And VG-lista is kind of like the Norwegian version of Billboard. It's the biggest pop music chart show in the country, and around 80,000 young people gather at the City Hall Square in Oslo for the event. So we went on a small tour and performed this in several Norwegian cities. And afterwards, we were invited to NRK, the national Norwegian broadcaster, both on TV and radio, to talk about the experience. So we also got a huge number of new young followers who had basically no previous exposure to classical music. So now we will get to see a short clip showing how we went from posting a cover on Instagram to performing at VG-lista. And there's a Norwegian voiceover in the video, but now you know the background.
Hansen hadde jo akkurat laget en låt på Sommerkroppen, og den ble jo en kjempehit. Vi tenkte tidlig, om vi lager en coverversjon, kanskje noe vil skje. Det hørtes sånn ut.
Det blir jo glad for VG-lista, og snart når vi får se hele.
Musikk, altså, det er en ganske sjeldenhet. Eller det er det jo for mange artister også, vil jeg tro da. Men det var et stort kick, ja. Og alle sammen sang jo med på Sommerkroppen, og det var helt fantastisk stemning. Ganske sjukt å høre da, i hvert fall 80 000 på så sang. Det var jo wow, det er jo ikke vi vant til.
Skikkelig kult! Jeg blir skikkelig fascinert.
Ja, takk, du må like oss på Instagram.
Ja, det skal jeg gjøre.
Skal jeg si, things took really off, and it was really fun, and we wanted to continue with that. So after that, we continued covering influences songs, and many of them reposted our videos.
Og som det blir sagt her, lik og følg oss på Instagram. Som dere skjønner, så ble det lille klippet som vi postet på Instagram til noe mye større. Vi har i ettertid vært på Linn Meister sin Instagram, og på sportsklubben som dere kan se her. Jula 2019.
As you may know, then we like to work with the celebrities so much that we created a Christmas calendar, where a celebrity sent in a greeting and requested a song from us every day. And many joined the calendar, even the Norwegian Prime Minister. And the highlight was when on the December 24th, when the one and only Stephen Fry appeared in our calendar.
Oi!
So all of this helped us show classical music in a lighter and more playful way, and it became very popular with all kinds of audiences. I will show you this as well.
Så brukte vi igjen kjendiser på å markedsføre oss selv. I en musikalsk julekalender så fikk 24 kjendiser ønske seg én låt som ble spilt hver dag. Kalenderen avsluttet med den engelske komikeren og skuespilleren Stephen Fry. Dette var noen av de andre som var med.
Kjære trio No Travel. Hei, trio No Travel.
Hei, trio No Travel.
Hei, kjære trio.
Hallo, trio No Travel.
Hello, trio No Travel.
Hei, trio No Travel.
Kjære trio No Travel.
Hello there, trio No Treble. God jul! And I'd love to hear you play the Troika by Prokofiev, the sleigh ride. What could be more Christmassy and snowy? Lots of love and god jul! Bye-bye!
Woo! Are also there.
So, yeah, this was a bit about our social media story. And now I will continue to talk about COVID-19. And it might sound a bit strange to say that COVID-19 helped classical music more accessible. But in our case, it actually did.
Wow.
Because we had many concerts cancelled, as many musicians, of course, had, and we were really disappointed about that. But we quickly realized we could use our digital skills to create something for our audience online. So you have all have probably seen those videos where musicians sit in separate rooms and play their parts,
Yeah.
and everything is edited together at the end. And Norway went into lockdown on March 12th, 2020, and already the day after, we made our first quarantine video. And we hadn't seen anyone do this before, so we like to say that we were the first one doing this. And we also posted the daily music quizzes on our Instagram stories, and we collaborated with several celebrities on more quarantine videos. And now I will show you a short video on how we made these quarantine videos.
Yeah,
With
super cool.
only a click on the air. So
It is with
yeah,
click, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just about
That's
to
what
ask
we did.
if you use the metronome or how did you sync it so well. It's really impressive. Really cool.
And it was metronome, yes.
Did you use some kind of app to make the video, or is it like you just use the ordinary montage tools?
Yeah, no, not an app. I'm using Premiere Pro, Adobe, putting everything together.
Okay.
So we did everything ourselves, actually.
Yeah, that's
So
impressive.
everything from arrangements to the video editing. And also the playing, of course.
Yeah, I have to say, I was thinking when you were talking about the calendar, I was thinking about about amazing productivity you guys had. A video a day, like a song a day. Did you really? I mean, how does it? When do you sleep? When did you?
It was quite stressful. We had this type of calendar for 2 years, actually. So, but we started quite early. Yeah. I think
So
we
some
started in
things are
September.
pre-recorded. Some things are prepared before December.
Yeah. And something is also under December, but December is long, so we have some time to do the last videos during the month.
Yeah, but it's still very impressive. I mean, 24 videos in a
Yeah,
month.
it's quite
That's
a lot, and of course arrangements as well. So
exactly,
it's,
yeah.
yeah.
That's very impressive, guys. You rock.
Thank you. But yeah, as you can see here in this slide, our videos got a lot of attention, even internationally. So they were featured in the music magazine The Strand, And we worked with a Nepali singer, and we got and the Nepali Times, the biggest newspaper in Nepal, wrote about the video. So yeah, we had this got a lot of attention. And we also invited the legendary 83-year-old Norwegian violinist Arve Tellefsen to join us in a video. And after we had published the video, people asked how we managed to get him involved in our project. And we said that we asked him, and he said yes. It was very easy actually, because he was very happy that we asked him, because nobody had ever asked him to do something like this during the COVID times. So if you don't ask, nothing happens. So that we just want to, yeah, that's our
that's a motto.
main goal, that you have to. Yes. you have to check with them first. So I will just show you a bit of this as well. So yeah, he actually Arve, the violinist, he sent us the video that he is playing the solo part. He has no click or anything, so he sent us that, and we are playing separately on his on what he is doing in the video.
That's very impressive. I didn't even know it's technically possible. Because he's not 100%, right? So you had to be very flexible.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yep.
Yeah, so this was a bit of our story, background story, and talk a little bit how we work today.
Mm-hmm.
And this we like to have like a lot of different concepts. So this is some of our concepts that we travel around with. And with our concepts, we want to show people that classical music is for everyone and don't have to be as stiff as maybe many things.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see here, we try to play concerts that fits for everyone, like school concerts for children aged 6 to 15, quiz concerts, ordinary concerts, and also concerts for the elderly. When we travel around at the nursing homes and stuff like that. And for us, it's really important to play for an audience that are not so used to the classical music, especially live classical music. And one of our favorites is the pub quiz concerts. For many years now, we've been on tours, especially in the northern part of Norway, and now this autumn also in Trøndelag, to the districts, and played the quiz concerts with where people are at pubs and restaurants and stuff like that. And we've been to the smallest places that you can imagine, like in Lofoten, out in the sea, everywhere. And we try to use a lot of humor in our concerts, and so we do a lot of talking between the pieces. We have in our concerts we play a lot of pieces, and we talk a little bit between and presents. So we don't have this program, and I think the concert is more surprising and not so predictable this way. It fits us very good. And our repertoire is also very varied in the concerts we play. You can find pieces by Grieg, Beethoven, Bach, and also music by the Beatles, Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi, and Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. So it's quite a
quite a combo.
yes, it's a lot. But one of the things that we think is really important to make the classical music more accessible for everyone is to recruit children for classical music, both for like to make them play, interested in playing music, and also for to be audiences in the future. So I think for all the classical musicians, it's important to make people interested. And so we will show you a clip now from one of our school concerts, and this is a popular Norwegian song for children that we arranged for us and brought to our school concerts.
When the children is having their hands in the air, it's because we are having a short quiz. We are asking what we are playing, but they all know it.
Fantastic. You have a really good contact with kids there. Amazing.
It is really funny.
Yeah.
Really cool.
So yeah, we'll just tell you shortly what we're doing in the last couple of months in this autumn. So we have a new viola player. He's called Eivind. And because Lars Marius, who started the trio, he ended, he what do you call it?
Left us.
And before the summer, he not left us, but he's still there. But yeah, he has family and everything, so it was a bit
complicated.
Yeah, a lot of on tour, and it's so yeah, so that's why. But we are very happy to have Eivind with us. And so we have played, as Jostein said, we have played quiz concerts in Helgeland.
Yeah, I can see Miquel Distillery there, right?
Yes.
I was there last year. Was very impressed. We can tell you can maybe tell a little bit to Miguel and to Miquel and others who are watching us where that is, because it's kind of very cool, kind of hard for people to imagine in the North Norway, not the Oslo, not the Bergen, but like Nordland and Troms and how things are there. Maybe you guys can describe it a little bit. Your trip to Miquel, I'm very intrigued myself how it was.
Yeah, it's like out long in the what can I do actually?
Yeah, so Miquel is a really small island. We had to take a boat, quite fast boat, for like 1 hour from the mainland. So yeah, it's really
small island. It's less than 1 square kilometer.
Yeah.
And there are like
and there's no cars.
Yeah, as you can see, the trolley that I'm holding there, they call that like the taxi of the island. So it's no cars at all. And I think it was how many inhabitants?
9.
9 inhabitants, and it was like 14 on our concert there, so that was quite good.
Yeah, quite good. Yeah, you imported some.
50%.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was really quite an experience, and we also been to Røst, for example, is even more further out in the sea.
But what's special with Miquel is that what they're known for, they are producing whiskey.
Yeah.
And so that's what we are playing in something called Whiskey Cathedral. So I think all the 9 people at the island is working in that factory or distillery. Yes.
Yeah. So as you can see, the barrels there is filled with whiskey that are
Good place to be.
it's making waiting to be drinking. So yeah, this is Norway, and we've been to really all these kinds of places, especially in North. It's really exciting for us
Yeah,
to be in these small places.
Fascinating. And it's just to be clear, this is Arctic Ocean we're talking about. This is no longer, I think it's not Atlantic.
Yes.
It's not Northern Atlantic. It's already kind of getting there, right? I think so, at least. Yeah. Very cool.
And we have played in Kristiansund, we have played the festival trio and the festival in Kristiansund. And then we played on a small shuttle boat. As you can see behind us, we are posing on the upper right here. And we also been on tour to Spain in October.
Great.
And now we are doing Christmas concerts coming up.
And that will be...
so it's a lot
where are those
different
Christmas
things.
concerts gonna be? Sorry.
What did you say?
Where are those Christmas concerts gonna be? Is it in Trondelag? You're mostly now around Trondheim, or?
Yeah, I'm playing 4 Christmas concerts. First one today, and all of them are in Trøndelag.
So 2 of them is like on the other side of the fjord. One is at it's like a house concerts. So it's in people's living rooms. So it's one of the concerts is at my parents' house actually. And we feel this. We've been there for like 9. I think this will be the 9th time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The living room is filled with people. It's really nice. Nice tradition. And yeah, so we do a lot of things, and maybe it looks like we like want to do only this kind of other things, but it's really important to us that mention that we are really classical music and really also enjoy playing this ordinary concert with a symphony or with a set program. We play a lot in the symphony orchestra and Trondheim soloists and much more, but with the trio and treble we get to do a lot of different things from that, and it's we really enjoy this kind of way and way to work. And we don't want to be like opposition to the classical world, but show people that classical music and people that are not so used to live classical music that classical music is really great to listen to and to attend concerts.
Yeah, that sounds exactly as how we talk here in NordSync. That's exactly our point, that music has to have many faces. That's the whole idea. And sort of in the 21st century, we are sort of forced to reach out and go out there and bring people to the halls, because I think there is a little, as you mentioned earlier in your speech today, there is a little misconception about how tricky is classical music, and we need to help people understand that it's much more accessible than many people might think. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. It's it's not much to ask. It was very full, and you guys really spotted on those things I was most curious about your whole model with focus on media and merchandise and all sorts of different productions and concerts you do. I will, however, ask a couple of questions, if you don't mind. I really was enjoying and kind of a little bit jealous in the very beginning of your presentation about how you spoke that your ensemble started from friendship. It's kind of a great value and what do you call it? A privilege in the musical world when you have a possibility to start something that is based on friendship and not on like a necessity of playing with someone in a quartet. It's a very kind of in a way, for people outside classical world, it's probably a very natural thing to do, but at the same time, starting a quartet without violins is quite unusual thing to do. Could you tell a little bit more how exactly you were thinking? How did this appear? How at what moment you decided that it actually might work? That it's not necessary, that you can, it's a lot of extra work also. For maybe some people who are gonna watch us don't really get it when we're talking about all the things of arrangements and stuff. Because in classical music, there is billiards, sextillions of pieces written for string quartet, for example, which is 2 violins, viola, and cello. There is significantly less pieces, but still there are written for the same set plus double bass. But I don't know anything classical written for viola, cello, and double bass. So you guys went all the way into the hardest possible kind of field, and I guess it costs you a lot, energy wise, right? You need to arrange things, you need to look out for the notes, you need to think how to make it work. Can you say at what moment you thought that we want that, even despite it's a lot of extra work, because it's worth it?
The first we did was like you said, we talked a lot during this day abroad, and we wanted to play, and then I think it was me and Eivind that talked about the Beethoven 7th Symphony. The second movement there is it start with the bass, viola, and the cello. Only that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So and that moment, maybe we could arrange that one because that sounds so cool.
Yeah.
And I started arranging, and then it was more and more complex, of course, during the movements. But I managed to find a way to do the whole movement.
Mm.
And after that one, I think that was maybe the start of the. At least I discovered how it can sound, how this ensemble, what the opportunities this ensemble have. And then so then we did more classical things after this, and during a while we discovered that we can do pop music. We have the bass to do the groove, and we have also the viola to play all the high notes.
Yeah.
And cello is really flexible instrument to do also bass things, but also play nice melodic stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it was during the first year after the first concert, we did a lot of testing of music and discovered how flexible this ensemble is.
I can also add that the only piece that we have that is written originally is by Miquel De Jorge, the brother of Josef Haydn. He has a divertimento for viola, cello, and double bass. And in addition, we had 3 commissioned pieces for us during our years as a trio, and we will have 1 new piece coming up next autumn, it's being 2017, 2027.
Yeah.
Mm. I was just thinking, guys, if you could maybe stop sharing the screen, then we'll have your faces bigger on the screen, and it's always nice to see some faces.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's really fun. I was also curious. I think it's a brilliant move with all the media stuff you did, and it's so cool that it was kind of with you from the very beginning. It's a part of your identity. It's not something you add in the process, because many quartets I'm following on Instagram, classical quartets and other ensembles, kind of start becoming more media active because they wanna network, promote themselves and stuff. But you guys, you were on as far as I'm aware, from the very beginning you were on Instagram. It was as you mentioned, with all the merch and stuff, it's kind of a part of your concept. I was curious, all this extra work, and I know a little bit about how much work it is doing NordSync and stuff, Do you have like a person who is responsible for the appearance on Instagram and other media, or are you doing it all equally? Are you equally involved into this? How to distribute that workload?
We are equally involved. Everyone is doing this. So
Yeah, so Eivind has this excellent digital skills. So he do all the editing of videos and stuff like that, and I arranged the music, and Lars did also arrange a lot of music. So we have some different work, but different.
Different parts. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you have
different part of it, but in the planning we all are like equal
energetic
for this.
Yeah, that's very important that everyone is taking a part, of course. It's really cool that you are homogeneous in that too. When it comes to arranging, you do all the arrangements yourself, or do you cooperate with the composers, or you?
We do it ourselves, yes.
Yeah.
Everything from the classical things and pop music we do ourselves. So only the new music, the commissioned stuff, we cooperate with composers.
Yeah, super cool. How did Stephen Fry happen? Did you write to him or he contacted you?
We asked him. We sent him an email.
You just emailed
we were
him.
lucky, I think, that he
had time that day.
It's brilliant. It's really brilliant. I don't remember, and I really love your motto that nothing happens if you don't ask. It's a great one. I think I've heard it somewhere else, maybe from Tarantino or something. I think he was telling a story about how he got Bruce Willis into Pulp Fiction. Because at the time he was not that known director, and Bruce Willis was on the top, and yet he just maybe he said that the worst that can happen that he will say no, but there is still a chance that he will say yes. So why not trying? I really love that logic. Great guys. Could you tell a little bit about your work with kids, because it seemed like you are really brilliant at that. How did you come to that understanding? Was it like a necessity that you needed to have? It's probably the DKS you do, right? Den kulturelle skolesekken. It's a special urning. It's a special program in Norway where musicians and artists, I think it's not only for music, right? Can make literature and stuff, can make a program which fits kids at school, and then I think fylke, the municipality buys that program and organizes like a tournée through many schools usually. But it's very hard to get there because it's a very high competition. And the program has many requirements. It's of course the quality, there's artistic quality, which is very hard, but yet many, I suspect have it. But even more important, it has to be very kind of, it has to be interesting for kids of very diverse ages, many different places, different schools. So it has to have this fantastic spark, which you guys obviously have. Can you tell a little bit how you plan those programs? What do you do there, apart from what you just showed us when you sing with kids? If you do some communicating there, if you do like plots, maybe like storytelling through your concerts, how do you do it?
It's exactly that. We try to speak a little bit between the pieces and explain what we are playing, and maybe and also the interaction with them is important to us. So we always have some quiz like what are we playing now, and then everyone is really focused and sharp. So I think that really helps. And also the way we are playing and stuff like that is we try to play for the kids, not like play for ourselves and just try to get it, but also communicate while we are playing and everything. So I think it's we quite hit them quite good with the ages and different. We have also a different kind of concert with the small kids and another one for the youth school, for the bit older. And always the interaction is important.
Do you play some
For us.
classical music for them as well, or it's more like songs?
Yeah.
How?
So I play this Beethoven arrangement, for example. It's like 7 minutes, but it's always really, really quiet in the audience, and we haven't had no problems with noise and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we are really happy with the concepts of school concerts.
Fantastic. And how does it work with logistics? I mean, two very big instruments there. How do you solve that?
Well, it's, we have the big cars.
Yeah, big cars. Yeah.
So when we were in Åland now in September, we flew to Sandnessjøen and we rented a big car and we were driving around.
Yeah. It has to be like a
and
minibus.
since we are only 3 people, it's then we can fit.
Yeah. When it comes to playing, you're sort of 5 people, right?
Yeah. But we have been 4 people and all instruments and suitcases in a small Volvo, like a small, but then ordinary Volvo as well.
So everything works.
Yeah.
Fascinating. I will have to
We are
learn
dear
that.
friends as you see, so we can sit tight.
Maybe you can teach me, guys, after the stream, because I have that problem next week. I need to fit a cello and 4 people in a quite small Peugeot. I need some tips. That's very important. Yeah, there was something else I was thinking about, but right now I forgot. Miquel, do you have anything you want to ask, guys? Have you ever composed anything for such a besetting, for such a set of
No,
instruments?
it's a very interesting instrumentation because without the violin, it makes a very warm sound, I think. And of course with the double bass, and it's great how you sound, and I loved your presentation. It's amazing. And I was also curious about the how do you do the marketing and all that, the social media, because it's a lot of work. And yeah, I also wanted to ask if someone helps you, it's only you that you do that, or but well, you said that it's you that also the editing of the videos. It's very good, and having to do that with the arrangements and all of that, it's a lot of work. But I think that the arrangements is good that you do it because you know how you play, you know exactly how you sound together, and you know what is best for you, and that's why the result it's that good, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we get to know each other, like for also playing, like what is nice for Eivind and what is nice for me. It's we get this really knowledge about this. It's nice.
Yeah, also in composition, it's sometimes it's also interesting to do composition for groups that are not very ordinary, like string quartet or I don't know, wind quintet, something that is more classical or more popular, and do music for ensembles like that. It's sometimes very interesting also as a composer. Yeah.
Except no composers did that during the history.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys, I remember now, I got really intrigued by this quiz model you have, quiz for grown-ups in the pubs. How does it work? You play something and you ask them what we played? Is that the kind of the point of it?
You have you give them like a paper with what do you call it?
Like a questionnaire.
Answering sheets.
Yeah.
And it's really like a quiz concert, so it's it's both, and we do not only this kind of questions like what we played, but also
general knowledge.
Yeah, normal questions like history and what is the capital of Hungary, for example, stuff like that. And when we play Brahms Hungarian dance, so we relate the questions to the music we play, but not necessarily what we played.
Yeah, well, that's
but that also, when we play pop music, we ask like, what song is this, for example?
That's
so it's everything.
Brilliant concept.
We ask this question between the songs, and so they can think about it during the song, or so it's like a cozy time.
It's like we're very often here talk about the entrance point, because very often when you're about to recruit new kind of group of audience, which is not maybe in normal conditions would be going for a string trio, right? And that sounds like a brilliant point of entrance, how to introduce them to the instruments, to the music. Have you you've done a bunch of those concerts now? Do you feel like it's working? Do you feel like some of these people might be more open to go to a classical music string trio concert in the future after being on your quiz concerts?
Yes, I think so. So the people that are coming, they are really positive, and this was so much fun, and want us to come back. But it's our experience now is that it's really hard to get people to come to like quiz concert, because they think it's I don't know anything about classical music, and I don't know anything about this, so it's not for me. So this is our experience now during this autumn, and it's to make it like this is for everyone. It's quite a challenge, actually.
Yeah, I would believe
before they come, but when they come, they're really positive and everything.
It's I find we do a lot of concerts in North Norway. We just had a tournée there with Radka Tonev's songs arranged for quartet, but we have it like in a very serious way with the soprano and stuff. And it's always I was very surprised how many people came for those concerts, but obviously people came for the name of Radka Tonev. But at the same time, we then introduced them to this different sound of string quartet, which I hope will be like an opening for them for the future. But yeah, it's very tricky, just simply because we have not as big market in the North Norway, I guess, because it's not so much people. The density of population is much smaller. In this sense, I wanted to ask you how your tournée to Spain go. Where did you play there?
So we played one concert in Covarrubias. Do you know that place, Miquel?
I don't know. Can you say it again?
Covarrubias. It's a very small town north of Madrid.
Okay, no, I don't know it.
It's on the way to but it was a Norwegian princess that was married with a Spanish prince in the 13th century, and she is buried in that church in Covarrubias. So, and every year there's a Norway Spain happening in that town village. So that's why we were playing there. So but we was hired by like a Spanish agency to do this concert.
Fascinating. One last question. I am always curious when meeting musicians who are enthusiastic about music big time, not like performing notes, but actually, going out there into it. I'm always curious to ask if you have any idols, or not idols like in a stupid way, but like musicians groups that inspire you for what you do, or which you think are really out there to make a difference, make a change, something that inspires you out there. It doesn't matter if it's an ensemble, if it's classical or not classical.
No, we haven't talked so much about that, but we all when we drive with the cars and on tours, we listen to like really good musicians. Like last time now, we listened to Hilary Hahn playing this König piece on solo violin. So people like that are doing stuff that you don't think is possible to do on the instruments. That's actually it's really inspiring, I think. And and that when we listened to that, we got the idea of arranging electronic for us.
Yeah, it would be fun.
We have that, and we will premiere that one in later today. So that is maybe the most inspiring things.
And maybe like with the humor, it's some kind of two-set violin, maybe.
All right.
I mean, we don't try to be like them, but like the way of making classical music a bit with humor, maybe we are a bit inspired.
A bit more humane.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's we need to go out there to get people to us. Thank you so much. It's really cool to hear, and I'm really following you, and I'm gonna follow even more. Somehow I missed this thing with the Stephen Fry and calendars. I don't know why. Maybe I'm deleting Instagram from time to time.
6 years ago now, actually. Yeah, Stephen Fry.
It's really cool. And I saw that you have almost 3,000 subscribers. We need to, right? Am I right? Something around that. We need to, I hope after that stream today we get over 3,000. That's really, it's really worth it. I'm gonna share it everywhere on our page.
So you're in the new Christmas calendar now, coming on Monday. So
really? Okay.
Stay tuned.
Fantastic. Who's the first guest? Or who's is the first?
Oh, it's a different concept, so
you have to. Okay.
You have to wait.
I'm looking forward, guys. Please stay with us. We are now going to talk to Miquel De Jorge Artells. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get better with that by the end of the. It's very nice, Miquel, that you join us. I'm very happy that you're here. You're a first movie music composer, sort of. And it's very interesting for us to hear about your stuff. Mic is yours.
Okay. Well, thank you for inviting me. It's nice for me as well to be here, talking about some of my music and how I work and how I started doing what I do. And I will do some presentation as well. They did a very good presentation, so I hope.
It's hard.
Works.
It's hard.
It works, the audio and everything.
We really hope for, yeah.
Let's see.
I can also check, by the way, because I have it here on my phone. So we'll know.
So you can see that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I will talk about how I work in composition. I would describe myself as a composer, more than a film composer, because I write music for concert music, and I also write music for film. But I feel like sometimes when you put labels, sometimes it's like different things. Composing for, I mean, it's different. It's quite different composing for music, for film and for concert. But finally, composition it's one thing that takes different places. You can do like a lot of things like opera for the stage, theatrical music, some musicals, and cinema. And I like to go to different places to the music, because I find it more exciting, and sometimes you get tired of one thing, and you want to experiment other things as well. So that's a little bit how I want to describe what I do. And let's see, yeah. So I started music being a violinist. Well, when I was I think 4 years old, I started music singing. I started in a choir, a child choir, very little, but I loved to sing when I was very little. Uh, and then I started with violin, and almost well until I was 18 years old, I did always my studies in violin as a performer. And at that time, I didn't think about being a composer because I felt like it was something I couldn't do. I always had the need to compose, but I did it like in a way like it's just for me. It's not to share because I didn't think it was very good, like the music I liked. But when I went to the Bachelor of Violin, I studied violin in the Conservatorio Superior del Liceu in Barcelona. Then I started thinking that maybe I could dedicate as a professional composer when I was trying to do some things for myself or for my chamber music group. So that was how everything evolved. And well, right now I have experience in working in short films, audiovisual projects, in multiple genres. And I also still work as a violinist in some orchestras and some groups. And this is going back when I was little. I did like some pictures to make it more visual. When I was 10 years old, I went to Escolania Montserrat, which is a choir in Montserrat. It's a mountain that it's well close to Barcelona, to put it in a way, and it's like a very magical mountain, like you can see in the picture, and it's a choir that sings every day, and you live there for 4 years. You live there every day in this building that you see here, and you do music in at the afternoon, every afternoon, and in the morning you do like the normal school subjects and all of that. And we did a lot of concerts throughout all Europe, and also you learn an instrument there as well. I started playing the piano also there in Escolania Montserrat, and I show you this because it's a part of my life when I thought that music could be my life, where I thought that music could be a thing that I enjoyed a lot, and this was an important moment in my life that also I got the opportunity to know a lot of repertoire singing, because you sing every day, and you well you have a lot of performance concerts, and it was a very good experience as a musician. And these are some of the places I had some performance experience. when I was maybe 16 years old, I sang in a choir. This choir, Cor de Cambra, it's a choir from the Auditori Enric Granados from Lleida. Then after that, I also more focused, when I was at the time more focused with the violin. I played in a youth, the National Youth Orchestra of Catalonia, which was a place where I met a lot of great people that, and we also played very good music with good directors, good conductors, and was very enriching these experiences. And I also, when I was doing my bachelor in violin, I also started playing in Orquestra Sinfònica del Vallès, and nowadays I'm also collaborating with them sometimes. And this is about my performance experience as a violinist and a singer. I don't sing anymore right now because I wanted to focus more on violin. And my beginnings with composition was when I was little, as I said before, I did some compositions, and sometimes I asked some friends to play it together, to play some experiments that I was doing. But when I became more serious was when I was doing my bachelor in violin, and I wrote some music for violin and piano, and also for my chamber music ensemble that was not very usual. It was for violin, saxophone, and piano. And we didn't have very much pieces to play. That's why I thought, well, maybe I can write something for us to play. And this time was a turning point because I was finishing my bachelor in violin, and this was a point when I thought, well, maybe I can do something serious about composition. And well, I can let you listen a little bit of what I started here, and the piece for violin and piano. Can you hear it? Can you? So, well, this was a little bit how I started composing music. And then this is the trio that I wrote for saxophone, violin, and piano. Well, and then after this, when I finished the bachelor in violin, I started. Well, I started another bachelor in composition. So then, when I was studying in SMUC, also in Barcelona, but it's another College of Music. I started writing, like experimenting a lot with the techniques of contemporary composition. And I think that this was a very good experience. I think when you are studying, it's good to try different things to know what your path is and what you want to do when you finish. And I wrote like some music also for different solo instruments to know better the instruments, how they work. This was a piano piece that I wrote. I I learned to play the piano when I was a child, but I never played the piano at the same level as the violin. But I wanted to do something that it's idiomatic for the piano and that it can be impressive as well. And this was what I did, this piece for piano. Well, this was one of my first pieces that I did uh, as a student of composition. And, and then I also did some experimental pieces as well to, to experiment with textures, contemporary techniques. This was in Stockholm when I studied in the KMH. It was a textural piece inspired in the mountain that I showed you before, Montserrat, inspired in the textures of the mountain, the monastery that the bells as well, and here is a little bit, and there was also a bit of electronic programming also there. There was a speaker inside of the piano. Sorry. Here, I don't know why.
Miquel har gett mig sina egna ord som jag tänkte läsa upp. This is a very personal view.
Sorry. Technical problems. Let's see if I can.
Miquel har gett mig sina egna ord som jag tänkte läsa upp. This is a very personal view inspired in my
I wanted to move a little bit forward, but I cannot move it right now.
Gray rocks from the spiritual mountains, with its mysterious lines and shapes, with the magic sound of the bells and the memories of the voices from the boys' choir.
instruments. I know I can. And here I had the instruments with the tuned strings. So I with the scordatura to play a little bit with some textures in the lower strings. And maybe I can show you the part where you can hear a little bit of the choir. And there was also a recording of me singing as a child. Well, and that was what I did when I was studying. Also, I wrote music for a symphonic band, also for a string quartet, like different ensembles and instrumentation. These are some of my influences or some of the composers I admire a lot. I love how Prokofiev and Stravinsky, for example, how the music sounds so beautiful, but at the same time, it has some weirdness in the music. Also, I hear some of my composition teachers, Bernard Vivancos and Arnaud Batelier. Bernard Vivancos is a composer that is it's well known for writing music for choir mainly. And Arnaud Batelier is another composer that writes music mainly for film. And these are different kind of teachers that I had that inspired me a lot to do what I do now. And well, another composers that I admire a lot, Kevin Putz is a composer, an American composer, I think, that I discovered very recently, that I admire him a lot, how he writes music. And well, this is a little bit of the composers that I like. Well, there are a lot of more composers, but these are some of them. So when I started writing for film, I wanted to do this, but I didn't know how to do it with all the technology that involves to do the synchronization and all of that. And I started writing for some videos that had no music, just to do an exercise. But I did with just doing the score in finale. And that was hard to do all the synchronization on that, but it was interesting. And this is one, maybe the first video that I scored, and I gathered some friends to record it in a studio. This was for string quartet and piano and voice. for this like audiovisual piece, I used also for the voice a poem by Emily St. Pront, and this was my first approach. And then the second one that I did for audiovisual, it was a orchestral piece, and at that time I didn't know as well to how to do it with a digital audio workstation, and I also do it with Finale. Um, you can also add in Finale the video and to write the score at the same time that you watch the film, and this was the result. Here the sound was not very good because it was the MIDI from Finale, so it's not a recording. To write the score at the same time that you watch the film, and this was the result. Here the sound was not very good because it was the MIDI from Finale. And I also recorded some violin, doing it to give it a little bit more of live experience. Wow, this is... And also I practiced a lot with films that with sometimes you find videos with some scenes of known movies without music, and it's a good way to practice as well, to try some things. And well, I tried this with a scene of Alien. And also with some scenes of Star Wars, but I will go further. And then when I did some practice, I started writing to some directors to proposing to collaborate with them to write the music for their projects. And then I started doing some projects, student projects at the beginning. And well, I still do some student projects because it's nice to collaborate with the students. And I started with some horror film. Then I did a comedy. Then I did a drama. So I started learning by doing it when I was collaborating with real projects, and that was the best way to learn how to do it. And at that time, I already started working with the digital audio workstation, and working with virtual instruments as well, and recording some parts. And I can show you some of the projects I worked. Well, this I will show after. Some drama. Also, I did some fantasy and action. Well, this was a horror short film. It was an interactive short film that when you watch it, you can try different options where you're going, and this was very tricky to do.
We'll be fine. What a stupid story, Tommy. Don't tell me you actually believe that.
And also some fantasy and adventure. Well, and I also did some projects, some experimental music. And also some electronic music. And in this short film, I also did the sound design. And well, this is these are different ways to start the music for an audiovisual project. Sometimes people ask me how do you start the music for an audiovisual project. And there are different ways. Sometimes you start thinking the music before the film starts shooting, and they send you the script and all of that. And sometimes you start when the film is already done, or well, there are like different ways to start the music. It depends on every project. Every project is different, of course. And starting when they give you the script, it gives you, of course, more time to think about it, to start experimenting. And in the other way, you don't have much time most of the times. And here I have different examples. This is one of the scripts of the short films I showed you, an interactive short film, and it was very tricky because I had to do different kinds of scenes separately, so it was not like normally you see the film from start to the end, but here I had to do like specific scenes separately. Then I had to do also some background music that had to be used in different scenes, but some of the music I wrote, I couldn't see which scene had to go the music. And this was tricky in that sense. Also, it had some programming for the interactive platform. And sometimes when you read the script in the beginning, you imagine a little bit how it will be, but you don't see really how it is until you see the image, the video, and all of that. But there are also some kind of scripts like the pitch deck or dossier that shows you how the director wants to do the concept and the mood, and they show you how they want to so they show you some how to say it, some references, and in this way you can start thinking a little bit how it will be. And I will show you a little bit of a short film, how I work with narrative in films. I use a lot the element of the instrumentation to give meaning to the narrative. I will show you how. Well, the text is in French, but I will try to explain. This is a short film about an old lighthouse keeper, and he starts receiving bottles from the sea, and he's a little bit sick, and he's alone with no contact with people, and he starts going a little bit crazy. And I used here the double bass to make the sound of the well, not the sound, but to represent the sea, like the deepness of the sea, and also the how to say I don't find the word in English now, but well. The immensity of the sea and also the double bass relates to the old man. I also use the accordion, which is an instrument that I relate a little bit to the sea, and also I used a beer bottle to do some sounds with some notes with the bottle, and I also sampled it, and I could change the note with the keyboard. So the lighthouse keeper received these messages from the bottles, and that's why I used the bottles, of course. And I also used some papers to do some percussion as well. And there is also a soprano, which represents the voice of the sea that is calling him with these bottles and the messages. But then he starts going a little bit mad because the lighthouse is not working properly, and he's also sick. So what does this?
¿Qué más quieres de mí? ¿Qué más quieres de mí?
Only talking to the sea. And the voice starts going more intensive, and the music, because the voice of the sea is calling him. And well, I have some microphones. I don't have an studio with acoustic treatment right now, but I'm in the way of having it. So, but I record it with a microphone. I record myself also with the violin. I invite some musicians to record. Yeah, mainly, but also with some electronic synthesizers, and also with some virtual accordion. The accordion is virtual, so, and I did some treatment with the delay, and well, the double bass is recorded, the soprano is recorded, I recorded the violin, well, all of that gives more human touch to the music. And well, this is a little bit the making of. This is how I recorded it with the singer. So you see, it's not a acoustic room, so it's not treated, but experimented a bit with the double bass. Some all of that gives more human touch.
Yeah.
Well, I try to do some videos like this sometimes for the social media as well to share a little bit how I
Of
do
the process, yeah,
the
it's
music.
very cool to hear. See. I was just curious. Do you wanna? I mean, we need to sort of a little bit moderate time
Yeah,
here. Do you want to show some more examples, or shall we? Or can I ask questions?
yeah, I can show you a little bit
Yeah, the other side. Yes, that's always very interesting.
the digital audio workstation. So this is a short film that I'm working in right now. So it's inside the process. And here it's a little bit how it looks, the project. It's a short film that it's like 12 minutes, and it has a lot of tracks, a lot of layers, but they are not playing all at the same time, of course, because it would be too much. But sometimes, for example, I have techniques. I have to have a lot of techniques with strings, like one track for legato, one track for spiccato, one track. That's why sometimes there are so many tracks for the different techniques. And these are some strings that are virtual instruments that are sampled with an experimental strings. And this is how it sounds. So here I have the metronome, which I need a lot because it's with synchronization. And when I start watching the film for the first time, sometimes I listen to it with the metronome to see how it fits the images and the synchronization. And in this short film, for example, I don't have very much changes of tempo, but here we can see that here I have some changes. Here we can see the signatures that here for synchronization I have to do some changes. And also I have some markers to write some points that I have to do something different. I have to change, or the music has to start or has to finish. So these are a little bit how it works. And I also have some electronic instruments here. I work a lot with Omnisphere.
What is that?
which is some virtual instruments that are
it's a
electronic instruments that you have a lot of possibilities to edit how it sounds, the effects of.
So that helps you to get a real symphonic violin section sound.
Well, this is more for electronic sounds, like that, like this. Something like that. And I have a lot of controls here in my keyboard to control the expression, the cutoff, the different things that you can control. And well, yeah, I can show you how the different controls, when these are the MIDI notes, and here I have different controls that I have to edit. The modulation, that it's like the dynamics in the music. The expression also, it gives, depending on the virtual instrument, you can edit different things. And also how you press every key in the keyboard, it gives you different attack of the notes. And here in this project I don't have like an orchestral instrumentation. Like I have some instruments, like some violins, some cellos, some basses, and also some brass. I have some trumpets, some horns, and here you can see how it works with these instruments. I have this instrument, which is from Orchestral Tools. And here you can see the different techniques that I have in this instrument. I have some sustains, marcatos, staccatos, and I can change it with these keys. I mean the C's sustains, C sharp sustain, C sustains with the legato. Then I have marcato in the E with the keyboard. I can change it. Marcato short, staccato. Then I have some repetitions phrases with 16th note. Or triplets. And also some crescendos. And that's also trills, that is very interesting in brass. And well, this is a little bit how it works, the virtual instruments, yeah. And well, I can show if you want another project that is more orchestral. Well, now it's loading. Sometimes it takes okay. 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 Well, you have to talk a lot with the director to know what they want, and sometimes, or most of the time, they don't know music because they work and they have their field in film, and you have to understand what they want and and put it in the music. Mhm. Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Well, in the beginning, I started writing a lot of a lot of people like, "Hello, I'm a composer. I would love to collaborate with you," and something like that. And and then I showed the exercises that I did, the music that I did before, and and then that's why how I started. But then I started working in a lot of student films, and sometimes the directors recommend you to another one. So you get some projects because they know you from another project, or or that. So you start creating a network when you collaborate with people. And also Instagram, it's good to to sh to show your projects and how you work, because some people write you from Instagram to collaborate with you, to ask to participate in that project. And and that's how I did it. And lately, uh, it most of the projects I have, it's because they ask me, because someone recommended them, or because they were involved in another project that I was in. So this is a little bit how it works for me, at least. Yeah, I've done full length documentaries, but not yet full motion picture. Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah. The documentary I did, it was like 1 hour, something like that, and it was a lot of music, and in a short time I had to do it. So it's very stressful, and but it's it's good to when you see the result, all the work, all the hours that you don't sleep. It's it's rewarding when you see it, the result, and yeah. 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 Also, Unsubtil. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that this can happen sometimes in the industry because when they give you the film, sometimes they have some stem music that the editor of the film or the director wants to do the music like something like that, like, and they maybe in Star Wars or that, and they use some of that music for the scenes, and then John Williams had to do something similar. Uh, I think it's because of that. Yeah, uh, I don't know. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't notice that. Well, I I think I changed the key. Normal. Also in the same project, I have different modulations and yeah. Um, yeah. Ah, well, sometimes to do it more like more impressive or more I don't know. You have to do the music like bigger than yeah. You have to explore sounds and yeah. Sometimes they in movies they use a lot of things that already worked before and or in trailers and that and doing a huge sound it's something that makes even more exciting I think yeah so yeah okay yeah
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, you have to go to rehearse a bit our concert at 2.
yeah
It's really, yes, of course. It was really interesting to hear all the things that you have done.
yeah
Really impressive how much different things. So that's nice.
yeah yeah
We are ready.
yeah
Yeah.
Yeah,
amazing trio yeah
yeah. Thank you. And thank you so much for having us and enjoy.
Thank you. See you.
See you.
uh, No, I don't know what I was saying, but yeah, well, it's also commercial because it works and they use it when it works one time with one project, they use it in another places, and then it becomes more commercial when it's used one time and another time. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, but there are sometimes that there are soundtracks that you hear. Oh, here it's that they are experimenting with new things, and that's exciting when you see these like things that you never heard before, or new way to do it. Yeah. 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 Also, with the new technology and all of that, everything evolves, and in the beginning it was all orchestral music, for example, and now it's sometimes it's hybrid with orchestral and electronic music. Sometimes it's only electronic. Uh, yeah, it's and it's evolving every time. Ah, yeah, that they were building some instruments, right? So, uh, yeah, yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes the project or the movie or the narrative gives you the idea of creating this because you think about the what sound do you need, and then well, if you have the budget to build an instrument, it's great, but sometimes it's not that easy. But you can experiment with a lot of things, like simple things that can be interesting and not so usual. Like with a bottle of beer, or I don't know. You can, and then you can edit things after that with the sound of the recording. Yeah. No, no. Yeah. Oof. Well, I think it's an artistic expression with no it's like a language itself, music. If you ask me what it is for me, and I don't know where it is going, but um, I don't know what I think that it's from my perspective, it's good to be a performer and a composer at the same time because um, you have the experience of being in the stage and having this contact with the audience and know how they react and all of that because sometimes the composer is alone at home and working alone and it doesn't have um, this experience of playing it and all of that and it's a good way to have the I don't know to have the knowledge about how the music should be or what is the path that the music is going. And I don't know in the future because um, everything evolves so fast. And with artificial intelligence, it's like now all the artists are like, what is going on? What are we going to do with that? Because it's evolving so fast every time. So, no, no. No, no, I haven't tried it, but yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard also in the social media. I heard some music created with artificial intelligence, like a baroque opera, something like that, and it sounded like a real recording, and it was like it was kind of scary because, but I think that the the art and the human touch will be always important because people want to hear what you want to share if it's interesting and that's important to value the human art and the human expression, I think. Well, I think it depends uh, of the place you are staying, but because yeah, but because I think maybe in in France there are a style that they do a lot in composition and I mean in Paris, for example, it's more experimental and all of that, and maybe in Barcelona, for example, there are like very different composers that are teaching in the college and the SMUC, and you can choose different types of teacher and composers. And I don't think that there is a trend. No, there are like, well, I can talk about Barcelona because I studied here, but yeah, there are like very different, and also the teachers think differently. So yeah, I think you can choose a little bit your path and your way. Um, and but there are a lot of contemporary experimental. There are also um, some more classical, not classical, but more tonal music also. Well, there are different kinds of ways to compose, and I think nowadays it's more everything is more accepted, like maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it also depends with the teacher, I think. But well, there are subjects in when you study composition that are only like composition techniques, and you study, of course, all the harmony, music analysis, scores, and all of that. You also practice um, writing music, like Baroque music, like you write a fugue, you write some chorals, um, you write like romantic music as well to practice. You have to practice to write a sonata, or I don't know, different styles, historical styles. And then in the main composition uh, class, you, um, it, as I said before, it depends on the teacher, but the teacher, it's like a coach for you. Um, it, in my experience, they don't say you have to do that. They accompany you in what you do and what you want to express, and they give some feedback on you on what you're doing, and of course they help you when when you don't know what to do. um, but it's not so teaching composition, it's not um, like something that they told you, well, that they tell you what you have to do, or yes, it's like that. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to show you this because it's more orchestral instrumentation, and here I have uh, like the woodwinds first, the brass, like in a score. Have a choir here as well. I have some percussion, harps, keyboards, uh, I also have had some violin, some recording, and the strings and the synthesizers. And well, it was only to show you a different kind of. Or, uh, well, it's much more expensive with all these virtual instruments and all that. Ah, well, I write uh, a lot of concert music as well. So when I write music for concert, I use Dorico, which is do you know it? It's it's like Sibelius and Finale. Well, Finale is dead now. I don't know if you know it. They stopped doing updates, and a lot of people are trying to figure out where to go now, if Sibelius or Dorico or there are people that are still on Finale. But well, I use Dorico, which is an a score editor. I use it a lot, and for films, it's faster to work with this digital audio workstation because it's easier to synchronize with music and to use all these electronic instruments and that. So it depends. I use both of the platforms. So and also when I do some film projects, sometimes I after doing the all the composition in the digital workstation, I also do the score at the same time because sometimes I have to record it with the instruments and they need a score, obviously. Um, and well, I combine these different elements. Yeah. Yeah, well, if I have to record it myself, sometimes I don't have to write the score because I know what I'm going to play. But if it's someone that has to play it, I have to write the score. And yeah, I record it and I mix it with the other elements that I have in the score. I know everything that you see here. I play it with a keyboard. Everything. So I played it with a metronome. I record and I played it in real time when I was. So it's a different way of working because sometimes it's easier for me to write in the score the notes. Sometimes when you have to write something difficult for an instrument, it's easier to write it in the score. And when you have to play it with a virtual instrument, sometimes it's tricky. You have to do different ways to do it. That it sounds like human and yeah. Um, yes. Yeah, yeah, of course. It was a pleasure. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. It was a pleasure to talk with you and to be able to show all of this. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay, yeah, great. Thank you.